In this lesson, we are looking at snare drum displacement. Our basic groove that we are starting with will be a bass drum on the 1, the 3 and, we've got backbeats on the 2 and the 4, and we have one ghost note on the 3E. The groove slowly sounds like this. In exercise 1, we are moving our backbeat that is on the 4. We're going to move it 1/8 note, pushing it onto the 4 and. Slowly, the groove will now sound like this. Slightly quicker. Exercise 2, we are now got our snare drum that's on the 4 back on the 4, but we're now going to displace beat 2. So instead of having our backbeat on beat 2, we've now got it on the 2 and. This is how the groove sounds now with this displacement. To go one step further, we are now going to combine these two grooves. We're going to start with our first bar that has the beat 2 displaced to the 2 and then our second bar we're going to play the groove that had the displacement on the beat 4. Slowly the groove will sound like this. By moving our snares around and displacing them, our groove is now starting to sound like a breakbeat pattern. This is very common in funk music, and it basically means that you're breaking up the groove and you're moving around different parts. For this pattern to really be a breakbeat pattern, we need to add some more ghost notes. For the bar 1, we've got a very similar bass drum on the 1, the 3 and, snare drum on the 2, the 4 and, which we did in the first example, and then we've got two ghost notes on the A of 2 and the E of 3. So this bar will sound like this. The second bar, we're starting with a hi-hat on its own, followed by a snare drum on the 1E, which is a ghost note, and a bass drum on the 1 and. And then the groove looks very similar again. snare drum on the 2 with the ghost notes on the A2 and the 3E, bass drum on the 3 and then a snare on the 4. So that bar will sound like this. What we do now is we're going to combine the 2 bars together. Sounds good, but now the real magic is when we start speeding this up. So we're going to go from a medium and then we're going to go to a fast. When we start going even faster than this, we are then kind of moving into the world of drum and bass. A great drummer called Jojo Mayer is a master at this sort of groove. So this is more of a drum and bass sort of groove tempo.